This is Tutankoopa's first Questionnaire 2009. I took questions for these in April, and I'm answering them now. Speedy and efficient responses are not something I'm very good at, but now I have the free time to do so. Sorry my loves, this will be as quick and painless, but delightfully informative as possible. First question is from Tail. What are your opinions of each of my Brawl mains, which includes secondaries? An example, Peach, Jigglypuff, Luigi, and Pit. It's been a while, I've always been painfully busy. I do remember winning most of the times Olimar and Peach have directly fought, but my Olimar has always had a habit of faring well against she-things that counter him. Freddy from the Wii Hunters always had these nasty ice climbers that would get spanked by Olimar, but that's aside from the point. Rest assured, it's beast and I don't enjoy fighting it, especially when the beam sword comes out. The Jiggly is perhaps the best I've seen, but that is not a compliment whatsoever. I've only seen a few other mediocre ones. It's extremely disheartening when you decide to shift your dominance from one unique and seldom used character, Peach, for another, exceedingly weaker one, Jigglypuff. Seemed to bring it down a few steps on the Nintendo Kingdom 64 Brawl podium, which pretty much screwed you more than anything. That's an honest response, I'm sorry, mate. You stole Luigi from me, so I'm not even touching one, you swine. Pit stood to be among my chief rivals early on, but once Peach came along, it lost its sheen. Strong follow-up, but really pales as a top man in comparison to others. You know, Zero Suit Samus really needs to come back. I got lucky a lot of those matches. I remember that one time I actually beat my Meta Knight. It was a good show. It needs to come back. It needs to come back soon and now. There's pretty much no one else I'm aware of that you didn't steal from Greg for meme purposes. Hope this review of all your Brawl mains was succinct, and if I missed some, screw you, good sir. From Race, what kind of music do you enjoy listening to? Fact of the matter is I have no selective taste whatsoever, and I've made that rather clear in the past. Give me any of the rubbish that you people delight in, and more likely than not, I'll no longer beat a smile and a grin. I've always been a large fan of reggae, most notably Bob Marley and, as of the moment, Badoo and Sound Clash, the Canadian band behind the background music I'll be using. I also enjoy alternative rock, most notably from the Bare Naked Ladies and the Great Big Sea. I'll take a gander at an array of rap songs. I've taken a liking to Eminem and Omarion. Although I've named certain artists, I don't affiliate my tastes with a certain group very much, and more often than not I enjoy the individual songs. I like video game music from all sorts of different series, and I usually listen to those from select series to hype me up a bit when I'm brawling. As a matter of fact, kind Miss Noko over there linked me to some excellent Tuhu music, and it seems I have improved my abilities through bowling to it. Fancy that. So, it's clear that I can appreciate most anything you throw at me, so feel free to share some of your faves with me. I won't understand your obsession, but I'll appreciate the introduction. From Blaze, what is your favorite boss battle of all time? Given that I named my username after the second boss from Paper Mario, it would seem like a no-brainer. Unfortunately, it isn't. Tutankoopa is awesome, but I've always loved the final battle in Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Yes, I'm talking about Zero 2, perhaps the most nightmarish incarnation of human suffering HAL Laboratories has ever unleashed on 8-year-old children. It cries blood, man, blood. I seldomly find a boss battle truly challenging, and this one is no different. The fact of the matter is, the mechanics of the battle can be abused, but that doesn't take away from the intensity of the battle. You've just gone into the belly of the beast, fighting in a blood-red matrix that just seemed to spiral around insanely as the battle proceeds. The most magical and ominous of all boss battle themes ever blast from your speakers as you destroy the undead reincarnation of darkness itself. Zero 2 is piss easy. That doesn't stop her from claiming a spot in my traumatized memories as the greatest boss battle ever. Of course, Tutankoopa is only a few Buzzy Beetles short. This one was from Extreme. Who do you think is going to win Hell's Kitchen this year? Damn it. I'm sorry, I should have had this one answered sooner and the season is over. I'll answer if it was still April. Back then, Roberto was just eliminated and he was one of my favorites. He always got like this very, very poor end of the bill, especially when he couldn't go on a helicopter ride because he was too obese. I was rooting for Ben to win afterwards, but he got eliminated right after. I didn't know what to expect at that point really, so I can't really answer your question that well. Couldn't answer it then, couldn't answer it now. I see. From Ikarou, if we were to suddenly meet in person in a distant land over the horizon, what would be the first thing you'd say or do? I'd probably laugh a lot in sporadic joy. knowing that I finally met one of my best and cuddliest chums of my internet life. I'd probably invite you for a man hug or a glomping, depending on what balls you have or lack thereof. From Roku. If you were given $20,000 and the only condition of you having it was that you couldn't save any of it for the next day, what would you spend it on? 20,000 bucks, jeez. Barely spend $5 on lunch a day and that's the most of it. Chances are I'd invite some friends for a small shopping spree and then donate the large amount of cash left over to charity. Probably buy some games and lunch with it, but that'd be the extent of it. Yeah, I'm a massive pussy. From Tail again. What Pokemon would you dream to be and why? I know I don't want to be a Mudkip, I don't want to be a Bidoof, and God knows I don't want to be a Mawile. I'd probably be a Hypno so I can brainwash and kidnap small children and have them construct my nuclear missile silo, with which I can nuke Japan with for slandering Zdeno Chara's proud Slovak name Shugochara. Or be a Tropius, a dinosaur that can fly, that's amazing. From Ganondorf Dragmire. What do you feel is the true nature of goodness? That's a good question, and one I can't really answer that well. It could be a number of abstract things, really. I always felt that goodness was brought to light for the sake of others. I always felt goodness was helping someone with the groceries, or saving someone's beloved pet or small child from a burning building. I've always felt goodness was a kind smile, a laugh, or a thumbs up after a job well done. I don't know what the true nature of goodness is, never made any attempt to say that I did, but it's gotta be in all of us, right? I think the effort to help the world is, in a big or small way, is the nature of goodness. Take this as you will, it's rather mushy. From Shooter. Say one of your closest friends you've known for your entire life turned out to be me. What would your reaction be? Probably shout, "Yo, sup?" and invite Iggy from over the horizon so that we may engage in a bold series of manhugs and glomps, depending on the size of your balls. And the last question from Stenner. If you were a cat, how would you like your milk? On the rocks. This has been Tutankoopa's 10-question questionnaire. This was taken in April and being answered in June. Hopefully the next installment will not take 2 months to complete. If you have any more questions, I will be having another installment within a week or so. So please ask me any more questions then. Thank you. Peace out, dogs.
Right again, we are go someday. Whoa, and go someday.